Thank you. Can we just start with apologies, please, if that's okay?
Yeah, so council rules recorded in the book, that's the only thing.
And sorry,
I can actually call that 10 past.
oh, yes. Yeah, we've noted that because we emailed that through as well. Does council give approval for the apologies? We've just had councillor Hall so far. So yeah, thank you. Okay, and now to members of the public for any questions.
You got away with that one.
I've got away with that one already. It's a Merry Christmas, everybody.
I had to go out.
Thank you. Okay, then we'll move on to item 2. But this is the final meeting before it's Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody and to members of the public as well. I thank all councillors and council staff and maybe members of the audience that have attended Christmas Grotto or Christmas festivities, and we'll probably see each other all about in the village because there's still some things going on as well. So yeah, thank you everyone, and yeah, season greetings and all that. Okay, so now on to the boring stuff, I suppose. Declarations of interest and dispensations. None so far. If anyone does have any that arise, just let us know. There's none to grant, so we'll move on from that one. To receive available report from the following district councillors. Have any of my colleagues sent anything through? There's nothing much to report from Wakefield Council at the minute. Obviously, you know, it'll be coming up budget season soon next year, so there'll be a lot of grumbles around that, and yeah, there's not much to report, if I'm totally honest with you. Oh, Susie and Andy just arrived. Sorry, it's a little bit juggled up. This. I'm just on item 3, by the way, because no one wanted to ask any questions from the public this time. So we're just on 3.2, which is council representatives on outside bodies. Are there any thoughts from anyone? No, since I've been with the report. Had any meetings, okay.
No, there hasn't been anything to report on.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
Okay. I'll move on from that one then. Item 4 then, to consider for approval of the minutes of the Parish Council meeting held on the 11th of November 2024 as a true and correct record. Can we get a proposer and a seconder, please? Ian proposing, seconder please, Commander seconding. Any questions or comments? No? Show of hands in favour then, we're accepting the minutes. Full house. Thank you very much. We're going to be done by that, perhaps, if we go this way. You know what I mean? We'll be. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Item 5, committee meeting minutes. 5.1, to receive minutes of the village meetings committee meeting held on the 25th of November 2024 and approve the recommendations within that. Can we get a proposer and seconder for village meetings? Nathan proposing. Al seconds. Any questions or comments? Just a little note about village meetings. Some things were deferred from that committee to full council, so they're on the agenda here as well. Okay then. Can I get votes in favour of accepting the village meetings minutes then, please? Any against? And abstentions? No. Okay, yeah. 5.2, to receive the minutes of the Finance and General Purposes Committee meeting held on the 25th of November and approve the recommendations within them. Can we get proposed and seconded, please? For Sharon proposing, Sarah seconding. Thank you. Any questions or comments? Okay, can I get votes in favour of them, please, of accepting the minutes and recommendations? Yeah, all thanks, thank you. Excellent. 5.3, to receive the minutes of the Environment, Road Safety and Planning Committee meeting held on the 25th of November and approve the recommendations within them. Can we get proposed and seconded, please? Ian proposing, Sean seconding. Any questions or comments? No. Vote. Can you speak on? Yeah.
Can you, on point 9 on that committee meeting, 9.1, has anything else happened about the complaint about environmental pollution? I wasn't at the meeting, so I don't know what.
Hang on, so I'm just catching.
No, I've just got, it was just some strange information that's a bit confusing, so I agreed before the next meeting that I'll try and find out what it was that you pronounced it. Yeah. So next meeting we're going to discuss it properly. We just couldn't see it because we couldn't see it.
It was information that was somebody's got. It was a bit vague, so.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Can I get votes in favour of accepting those minutes and recommendations? Paul, thank you. I have to just wait. Item 6, to receive burial rights. We've got they're just on the advisory sheet that we've got. We're just receiving them. Okay, item 7, financial matters. 7.1, to receive and consider for approval the accounts including bank statements to the end of November 2024.
We have no queries into the office.
And there's been no queries to the office so far. Are there any comments or questions? Can we get a proposer and seconder for those accounts? Ian and Nathan, proposer and seconder. And can we get votes in favour of accepting those accounts, please? Full house. Thank you very much. 7.2, to receive and consider for approval payments to be made and petty cash accounts and December. Thank you. So just coming down now, so I will give everyone. I won't ask for a vote before someone's actually received it. Is there anything of note
Yes,
you think should be mentioned?
Yeah, just one. In scheduled payments under the energy, we hadn't received gas and electric for Bow Lane, so we had to chase that up, which obviously led to a larger than normal bill, but we've annotated it there as to what that covers, so you can see clearly.
Sure, yeah. Thank you very much.
Can I say, Chair, to Gemma, through you to Gemma, the comments down the side are really helpful, so thank you.
I'll pass that on. It's not pass on. No, it's not ready.
Thank you, yeah. Can I get a person seconder for these extra statements? Andy and Nathan, thank you. Any comments or questions before we move on? No? Can I get votes in favour then of accepting those? Please. Full house, thank you. Item 8, consider and decide upon the following planning applications. 8.1, fits extension garden. I'm good from 12, if that's alright. Our usual scapegoat. If you've had a chance to look at them.
Yeah, I have done this.
Oh,
but yeah, it's all right. 8.1, I think I mentioned it last time. I still don't know what on earth you call it. On the food scale. So, and the crane lift to provide this 8 to 10 feet clearance around the tree. I mean, it's been prepared by, tree company, so I don't know. I'm sure we shouldn't have a problem with economic growth. It's whether or not we consider the crane lift as something that falls within our tree policy, because it is a protected tree.
Sure.
Sort of thing. So that was that. So I don't mind. That's all I can say on that one. 8.2, the courtway to fell the sycamore. That's rapidly declining health of the tree. So I think that was fine for it. And they're saying they'll replace the tree anyway, which is good.
Sure.
The one at 8.3, 24 Denton Gardens, is the tree that lost a big chunk of it into the Beverley Arms garden, and they want to. It's now probably dangerous, and the other half might fall the other way.
Yeah.
But again, they've said they'll replace the tree. They just don't think it's safe to leave it, so I think that's fine. So that's the tree ones. So it's only that first one that I'm not quite sure of, but I don't think it was actually. It's not like they're getting rid of it, they're just trimming it, so they're going to get around it, I think, as much as anything. So probably not too bad. 8.4, 2 Meadowbank, Ackworth, this extension. There is an objection from a neighbour because it's a house. Actually, I think the only place you could probably see the house from would be the top end of the Brown Cow car park. It's sort of right behind that. But all that house and seemingly all the others around are built from stone. Fairly new, so they might be that constituted stone. I can't really tell from the pictures. But one of the neighbours has objected about the fact they want to render the extension rather than use the stone. And the application said, and I must admit, I feel a bit guilty saying this, because when we had an extension, we rendered it because we couldn't get the bricks. We could not get bricks to match. This one, they're saying we can't get stone to match, so we want to render it. But the neighbours said, well, other people have managed to get stone around.
Yeah.
So I did wonder if we maybe wanted to support the neighbour with the material planning consideration of appearance and design of development, or more specifically materials proposed for it. I mean, it might genuinely be that they absolutely can't get it, but maybe we should support that objection and say, well, unless you can't, then do that. So,
I'll just quickly ask other council what do we think towards that suggestion so far.
I think it matters great because it's not a historic house. It's not on the. It's not the main road. It's sort of on the side street, and it's not.
No,
I
agree. It's the neighbour that's apparently just going to be looking at a rendered wall rather than a stone wall, which I can kind of see that point with. But so.
Sarah, you want?
Yeah, it's maybe well that is the planning officers decide.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
information.
fine. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry about my voice, I can't make it any stronger.
Yeah.
No, I just
Okay.
don't raise it, that's fine.
Yeah, I just thought I'd check.
Yeah, no,
See what-
absolutely
yeah.
fine. And then the other one, 4 dwellings on land off Mill Lane. It's the bit that's been empty for years, not been used for years.
About halfway down.
Yeah, on the right.
Yeah.
It kind of is quite close to the back end of the school field, I think.
Yes.
So, a neighbour's objected due to the location of the garage, so, and the tree type, so I suppose planning will take that into account. And actually there's comments from Highways Department about there not being enough, the parking space not being quite enough, and the garage is not being big enough. So,
Well, they're not 2 or 3 parking spaces per house or something.
2 of the houses have got 3 parking spaces. 2 of them, which is the weird thing, there's 2 houses with 3 bedrooms that have got 3 parking spaces plus a garage. 2 houses with 4 bedrooms that have 1, and one of the parking spaces isn't a car length, and garages that aren't big enough for a car and a bike. So it's kind of like they got it the wrong way around, but you know. But from the village perspective, I don't think there's anything, in terms of it.
Yeah.
It's just what it is, I think. And hopefully the planning department and highways will take charge of the issue that they've raised.
Any comments from anyone on?
In general,
In general, yeah, to start with, yeah.
just on the issue of the trees, I think you probably all know my view by now. I prefer for all trees to stick to our
The current tree
practice,
policy.
which is unless it's dead, diseased or dangerous. Certainly crowd lifting is a different thing, but we only go for felling if it's dead, diseased or dangerous, and the arboriculture officer, decides that. And I'm not a tree expert, so I can't make a decision on it. That's what I feel anyway.
Well, I think just in relation to that, 8.2 and 8.3, 8.2 said it is rapidly declining health, so it needs to be removed. In 8.3, they're saying it's dangerous, but I don't know. I can only go what I've read on the application. I can't really go in their garden and have a look. If I knew anyway. But yeah, it's 8.1 that's more.
8.1 might
Yeah.
warrant a tree policy more.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like that to be
Yes, I'm
submit the
proposing,
tree?
on the terms of the 3 trees, that's our response is, as I've said,
Yes, the tree
Yes,
policy that we've currently got.
diseased.
So that's 8.1, 8.2 and 8.3. Can I get a seconder for that? Nathan seconding, thank you. Councillors in favour of allowing the tree policy? 8. That's how slow it takes me to count. Any against? Just 3 abstentions. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that covers planning then.
Sorry, Chair, can I just check 8.4 and 8.5 they noted?
Oh, sorry, so 8.4 and 8.5, I have to know those, is that? Okay, we go. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, item 9 then, to receive a copy of the General Auditor's interim report for the financial year 24-25. So we've got the report here, again, April Skies Accounting. Is there anything you want to draw our attention to, gentlemen, or?
I've got a few things, but I don't really want to let councillors talk first.
Okay.
Which is all around.
Yeah,
The people, I'm assuming everyone's ready.
yeah, well, yeah.
Someone's progressed.
Yeah, go on,
Sorry,
go for it. Which?
It's because the reason why I ask is it is a bit of staff trumpet blowing that I'm going to do now. So, if you go to page 5, I'd just like to call out that our staff member that in the main deals with the day-to-day finances. Since I've been part of the Parish Council over the last 18 months, they've worked extremely hard on transparency, upskilling themselves on their training on realtors and all the financial side, and like we've just commented on the account side of things, putting the narrative in to make my life easier certainly and councillors' lives easier.
and that's really shown through in this report. The fact that we are bang on track with our expenditure to budget, I loved the fact that the councillor, the auditor had identified that himself. One of the also things that he mentioned and popped in the report, page 5, is that when the sales ledger had been reviewed, the balance, the debt that outstanding, the only bit that was over 30 days old was £372, which I just found that to be fantastic personally. So I wanted to highlight that out, that we are chasing down our finances and we're making sure that things are being paid and things are coming in. The other thing that I would just like to highlight your attention to is page 8, the last of the text report. And again, it's the same number of staff. So the auditor has put, I note the council has a well set out transparency page, setting out clearly where information is published to meet the requirements of the Transparency Code. This is an example of good practice in this area. That is not me that does that. I may well have the ideas and I may sit there and support, but there is one member of staff that champions that and has really worked hard on our website. And the last thing that I would like to point out, this one is me, I will give myself a little bit of credit, is that it specifically says the clerk did well to meet the deadline given the extremely late audit certificate. PKF Little John unfortunately have caused a lot of town and parish councils to fail in that section this year because they didn't publish the notices until the day before, which was a Sunday, and the deadline was a Monday. We met that purely because we sorted it out on a Sunday to make sure that it wasn't a repeat fail. So that's the bits of the report that I would like to highlight, because obviously I know this is the time we meet and we talk about things, so I'd just like to call those out. And then the last page is the actions page. We've already completed the bottom 2. So in the packs tonight you would have noticed that you've got the CCIA investment statement, so that will now be in the packs every single month alongside